My brother Connor, who was older by 2 years, he had PMD, so it stands for Pelizaeus-Merzbacher's disease. And from a very young age, I was kind of thrust into the medical world of going to appointments with my brother, going to specialists. Last year, my brother passed away last summer. I think specifically what led me to deciding to want to go into nursing is the idea that whenever we were in the hospital, it's always the nurses you see, they're the face you see every day. It's not the doctors, it's not the specialists, it's always the nurse. And they're the ones that are like advocating for you. And I think that's just really what I was like, that's what I want to do, advocate for other people who may not have that knowledge in the medical field to properly advocate for themselves or their family member.
I ended up being in an altercation. I ended up getting stabbed when I was 18. When I was in the ambulance, I went, whoa, I want to do this. And so I started basically doing the process of becoming an EMT. And several years later, I worked on a specialty ambulance with a nurse. And you transport critical patients. And before you can do that, you have to be a nurse in a hospital in a critical care unit. And so when I worked alongside a nurse, I was like, this is definitely what I want to do.
I was a patient in the NICU for about 8 days. I was born with IUGR, so I was very growth restricted. I was born almost at full term, but just very tiny, so it was hard to get my weight up, and breastfeeding and formula feeding, it was hard on my belly, so it took a while to get me home. Working in the NICU is special to me because I see myself and my family and a lot of the families that I take care of, and it's important to me to make their experience a good one. My Boise State education prepared me well and equipped me to be this kind of nurse for others because we had a lot of courses and education topics about holistic nursing and the whole patient. You're not just dealing with the diagnosis or the illness, and so we learned a lot about how to care for patients in that way.
I am definitely a hands-on person, and I really appreciated the relevant clinical experiences that I had throughout the time that I was there. My preceptorship was basically exactly where I wanted to be. I was in the cardiovascular intensive care unit at St. Al's, and it was like in my face, and I was gripped the whole time, and it was exactly what I needed. And I think all of the other clinical experiences that I had throughout the entire program were just perfect.
There's a lot of uncertainty that can happen. And so it's just being able to come at that uncertainty with a calm presence from my own self and be able to logically think through everything. And I think just being able to work by my coworkers in the nursing cohort here at BSU next to my other peers, it's all just benefiting me for my future.
I love that I have the education and the knowledge to take care of the medical things, but that I can also be there and talk to them about their lives and what I can help with while they're in the NICU.
To be able to just step in, be here during a vulnerable time, and then help them I love that. That's one of my favorite parts of the job.